All right, Michigan defeats Washington for the national championship. Watched the whole game, man. Was proud of them. Um, you know, uh, you know, for the most part, Michigan they just they sacked Phoenix. I think only one time, but they threw the timing off. They rerouted the corner. They rerouted the receivers. They hit the receivers. They hit the quarterback where he couldn't be where he couldn't move the way he wanted to move. Um, Will Johnson, one of the best corners in the league. He'd be the best corner on the Detroit Lions today. No cap, and Blake Corum. I mean, him and Dennis Edwards, then Donovan Edwards. They were in wild. I think Donovan Edwards is going to be a lot better pro. To be honest, 6 carries, 104. Blake Corum, 21 carries, 134. They both split 2 touchdowns apiece. And I was listening to somebody say after the game that JJ McCarthy sacrificed stats. You know what I'm saying? He sacrificed stats to go out there and win and kind of, held back. And I think, Michigan just didn't have the weaponry on the outside to really, toss the football around the way they wanted to. But, shout out to Dylan Johnson. He tried to go out there and give it all. That kind of, helped, Washington. That kind of hurt Washington, him not being 100% and not being able to go out there and go. So they really didn't have a run game. They held all their receivers under 100 yards. And, for the most part, uh, you know, Michigan was just efficient. This is the type of game they've been winning all season. Grinding, ugly. Um, it's a grind. This is old school smash mouth football. This is your grandfather's 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 football. It may be his grandfather's football. And I just think where Michigan is susceptible at was the playmakers on the outside. On the offense, they did a great job masking that this year by playing ball control, running the ball, imposing their will. And when you got to worry about the game, they slipping guys like Cornelius Johnson and Roman Wilson. They slipping them on them over routes and them crossing routes and getting them deep, and you forgetting about them, and they can beat one-on-one coverage. You know, at one point, at Michigan, they had Tyreek Black, Nico Collins. They had big time receivers, and now they kind of going just a different way. They going just a different way. And at the end of the day, man, however you win it, you win it. Georgia's kind of win it the same way. I just think the difference between Alabama, Georgia, and Michigan is that Alabama and Georgia has found a way to modernize their offense just enough to be able to throw the football. Every night, they don't, always don't go a tool out there. Georgia got rid of a Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Um, but they find a way, to kind of just get enough of a passing game, going to modernize, and that's going to be Michigan next, evolution with or without Harbaugh, is to go out there and find, a George Pickens, a Julio Jones, a Jerry Judy, guys on the outside who can make those plays down the field. That's just the next evolution for Michigan offense. But then again, if this is the formula to win a national championship, you don't want to get away from grinding out. And for Washington, a great offense met a great defense, and the defense usually wins. They had a great game plan. They probably looked at the Arizona State film. They looked at that film and was like, well, this is what Arizona State did. They pressured them. They fake pressured. When they bailed, when he got pressure, you start hitting them, even though they only sacked them once. When they start hitting them, then Michael Phoenix started anticipating the pressure, anticipating the hits, and start throwing it in the dirt. Now the thing about it is as well too, you know what I'm saying? The thing about it as well too is when um is that's why pressures are so important. And that kid on Washington, he'd be a nice Detroit Lion, a Trice kid, by the way. But that's why pressures are so important, is because yeah, QB hurries, QB hits, pressures. You notice they sacked the brother one time yesterday, and I still think he a first round top 10 talent. They sacked him one time yesterday, right? I'm trying to find the sacks that they ain't got him. They sacked him one time yesterday, but the little quarterback hits and hurries got to him, moved him off platform, made him throw the ball a little bit faster, anticipating pressure and getting hit, and that threw him off. So, So that's one thing to kind of think about as well too. That threw them off, man. And they called a great game, and will Sharon Moore be the next head coach? Where they go down to LSU and try to snap, Brian Kelly. That's just one of my theories about it. Will Jim Harbaugh come back? Will he go to the league? He said he was done going to the league. I mean, he didn't lie on wax a couple times. If he go back to the league, that's a blatant lie. When he said, and people got the right to change their mind. Michigan rather than make him the most highest paid coach, and so at the end of the day, people change their mind. That's why you really not supposed to say never. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I'm saying? So but nonetheless, man, it was a great performance. Proud, and I watched it when they beat Washington in 1997, and Charles Woodson is my favorite. He's my favorite college football player of all time. I vividly remember, um, I vividly remember that that run they had, man, and this was memorable as well too, with all the extra stuff that came with it, which I'm not gonna speak on it. But Washington, joining the Pac-12 next year, and another reason why some people think uh that Harbaugh might be gone is because the schedule gonna get a lot thicker next year. We see Washington October 5th, Texas coming. We play Texas next year. I think we play Texas next year, even though they're in the SEC. I could be wrong. USC, they play Oregon, so it's gonna get a little bit thicker, man. So remember they swooped up Rutgers, Maryland. They really didn't bring much prestige on the football tip. Um, Maryland used to be a powerhouse in college basketball. I no longer watch college basketball, but yeah, man. The conference is changing. More super conferences is coming. Florida State looking to get out the ACC. That's going to be a long, drawn out litigation, unless I heard had a big price on there, man, for them to get out of there. Um, but hey, we got to see, man. But that might get ugly. But nonetheless, man, shout out to Michigan. Who got it better than us? Nobody. Go blue. Let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, or X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. I said before, hit the link tree, man. Appreciate y'all for blessing me, listening to the channel, and we'll follow this hardball stuff wherever it goes. Peace.